Us here from Memorial Field on the campus of Amherst College. Afternoon baseball on tap. Mitchell College, the Mariners, come into town to take on the home squad, the Amherst College Mammoths, in afternoon baseball. Mitchell coming in with a 15-6 record. Very impressive. Actually have won 7 in a row, 12 of 14. Amherst is 5-5 on the year. They got to the 500 mark with a nice win against Keene State last Monday afternoon. Hugh Campbell is my name. Patrick Watkins is the producer today for NSN Sports. Thanks for joining us on the Northeast Sports Network for this afternoon baseball game. Overcast conditions, bit of a breeze coming out from center field. Otherwise, not too bad. It's cool. There's no doubt about it. There's a bit of a breeze that makes things a little chilly here, but for the most part, it is dry, which is a good thing because we're supposed to get more heavy rain coming in tomorrow. We had heavy rain here yesterday, so we'll see how the outfield is playing on Monday. The balls were plugging in the extreme outfield and not rolling to the wall at all, so I expect more of the same here despite the yeoman efforts of the grounds crew to get the field ready. They've done a tremendous job. We've had a lot of moisture. We only had snow here last weekend, so, I mean, it's been a challenge for them, but we'll try and get this one in. We should. The sun has been trying to break through from time to time, which would be a welcome sight, but we won't count on it. All right, here we go for Mitchell. Starting lineup. Batting first is Tristan Hurley, the center fielder. Kyle Hartenstein, the second baseman, bats second. Francis Predator is the first baseman, and the first man up is, we'll get to the rest of the lineup as we go along, Tristan Hurley is up for the Mariners. And on the mound is Davis Brown for Amherst. 8.22 ERA, 0-1 record in 7.2 innings pitched. First pitch is a strike. 2 appearances. He's a sophomore from Seal Island, California. So Davis Brown gets the start here this afternoon. Jakari Pellegrini will start for Mitchell. Strike 2. And we'll see him a little later in the bottom of this inning. But right now it's Tristan Hurley, the center fielder, with an 0-2 count. I thought it was 0-2. Now it's 2-1. Starting over, it should be 1-2. Thank you. Scoreboard now has it correct. Hurley, Hartenstein, then Predator. Swing and a miss. So Hurley, he's out of there on 5 pitches. Good start for Dustin Brown. Kyle Hartenstein, next man up, second baseman, batting .413. Again, this Mariner squad coming in winners of 7 in a row, and they have played Trinity College 1-1 against the Bantams in NESCAC play. There's another strike on the outside corner. Left-hand batter is Hartenstein as the wind starts to pick up here a little bit. Blowing dead in. And this one's flied, popped all the way up, and Max Steinhorn, now Harry Roberson over to make the catch. Yes, he does, and it's 2 down. So Brown making quick work of the Mariners through 2 batters at least.
Now batting, number 35,
Francis Predator, the first baseman's the next man up, batting .324. And he's a right-hand batter. Eddie, how are you? How do you like the Mammoths there, Eddie? I'm having a hard time. It's not rolling off the tongue quite just as easy as it used to. Got to work with it. Eddie Effinger, the men's assistant hockey coach. Count is 1-1. Of course, the big news that broke Monday was the new mascot nickname that's been announced for Amherst as the Mammoths. 2-1 the count on Predator. There's a dribble to third, but it's a rolling foul. Anthony Spina is in right field today for Amherst. Ryan Harden plays left, and Ariel Kenny will be the DH. A 2-2 count on Predator, the first baseman. Senior from Bayville, New York. Ball's outside, so runs the count full now, 3-2. So spot a bother here. for Dustin Brown, at risk of walking his first batsman. And does just that as he misses on that particular pitch. So Predator takes first base.
Number 3, Tyler.
And Tyler Pena now is up, the DH, only batting 164 on the season so far. From Plainville, Connecticut. He is a senior. So we'll keep an eye on Predator at first base. Does not look like the type that will steal, but he's a big boy out there. 6'2", 230. First pitch is a ball to Tyler Pena. That's outside, so Brown got the first two batters rather quickly. Walked Predator, and now 2-0 to Tyler Pena. That's misses outside as well. So 3-0. Nick Nardone is at third. Max Steinhorn at second. Chase Henley at first. Harry Roberson is the shortstop. Right fielder is Anthony Spina. Left fielder is Ryan Harden. The center fielder is Yanni Thanopoulos. And walking on 4 pitches here is Tyler Pena. So 2 men on, 2 out now. Garrett Griffin is the next man up. He's the shortstop, batting .486, so he's the wrong guy to get pitch to hit here. Garrett Griffin, number 27. Junior from Moosup, Connecticut. So easy work for Brown, the first 2 batters, but he walks Predator and he walks Pena on 4 straight pitches. Frankly, none of them were close, and that brings up Griffin with some chance to do some damage here in the top of the first. 2 men on, first and second. Griffin, the man at the plate. Thought about, check swing, and that's a cold strike. So 0-1, so Brown gets ahead of Griffin here early. In the top of the first, Mitchell College. So we're going to miss. Blew it right by him. So Brown looks like he's steadied himself at least momentarily here. Chance to get out of the inning. Garrett Griffin, right, batting .486, so he can slug the ball. Brown looks in, gets the sign, and fouled away to third base. So the count remains 0-2. Big weekend coming up this weekend. Amherst will play its first NESCAC action. Of course, last Sunday, Bowdoin was supposed to be in for 2, but it got washed out. And Middlebury comes in this weekend for 3 Friday and 2 on Saturday. Weather permitting, of course. There's the 1-2. There's a fly to center field. It looks like Ryan Harden has it measured. He does. Squeezes the glove, and Amherst gets out of the inning. So Dustin Brown, a couple of walks, no hits, and it's 0-0. Let's keep it here for a moment, Patrick. I want to talk about that NESCAC conference. Middlebury in for 3. And they're in the West Division with Amherst. Wesleyan, Williams, Amherst, Hamilton, Middlebury in the West Division. Bowdoin was in the East Division. Remains to be seen if they'll try to make that game up. But right now, Middlebury got swept by Williams, so they're 0-3 coming into this weekend. Amherst yet to play a conference game. Wesleyan 2-0, Williams 3-0, Hamilton 0-2. That's in the division. In the East, Bates is 3-0, Tufts 2-1, Trinity 1-2, Bowdoin yet to play 0-0, Colby's 0-3. Other games today, all non-conference. Dean is at Trinity, Wesleyan's at Johnson and Wales, Williams at Westfield State, and Colby is hosting St. Joseph's in Maine. Oswego State's at Hamilton. Southern Maine is playing Bowdoin tonight at 7 p.m. in Gorham, Maine. So if the weather's like it is here in Gorham, Maine, good luck trying to get that one in. Well, if they do, it's going to be awful cold. Here are the weekend series coming in. Bowdoin's at Bates, Colby's at Trinity, Middlebury, of course, here at Amherst, and Wesleyan's at Williams. Saturday, 2 non-conference games. Leslie's at Tufts and Brockport State will be at Hamilton. So everybody playing this weekend, weather permitting. Plate umpire is John DiGirolamo, get that right, and Scott Paul is the field umpire. First man up for Amherst is Max Steinhorn.
Now batting number 1, Max Steinhorn.
Junior from Washington, D.C. Batting .395 on the year. And the pitcher for the Mariners is Jakari Pellegrini, only a freshman. 2.03 ERA, 1-1 record in 13.1 innings pitched and 5 appearances. Freshman from New Britain, Connecticut. So Pellegrini has shown something here as a freshman. And he starts today's game. Max Steinhorn, first man up. Ground ball to second base, to first, and on the bag, yes, they call him out. So nice play by the second baseman. That was Kyle Hartenstein. A nice grab by Predator at first base as well. So Harry Roberson now up. He's the shortstop, batting .409. 1 pitch, 1 out. First pitch is a strike. Jakari Pellegrini, left hand. Southpaw out there. Strike 2. So 0-2 on Harry Roberson. Swing and a miss. And he'll charge to first base, and he'll be thrown out there. So 2 quick outs for Jakari Pellegrini. It's going to bring up Yanni Thanopoulos, the center fielder. Batting .409. Yanni is a Californian from Highland, California, and he is a senior. So 2 quick outs for Pellegrini. Here in the bottom of the first, no score in the game. Thanopoulos fouls this one off to the right. If the wind can stay down here today, this will be pleasant. But the wind is picking up. Here's a ground ball to third. It gets through between short and third, so Thanopoulos is on. So Amherst gets their first base runner. Steven Gonzalez, the left fielder, eventually gets the ball in, and the third baseman, Stephen Pagan, unable to stab the ball. Anthony Spina's the next man up. He's playing right field today, batting .467. So just like Dustin Brown in the first inning, Jakari Pellegrini got the first 2 batters very quickly, and the next man has reached. Check swing foul to Anthony Spina. Spina, the senior from Brooklyn, New York. This game originally scheduled for 3:30 today, but it was moved back 30 minutes. Hence the 4 p.m. start. It's the 0-1 to Anthony Spina from Pellegrini. Takes a look at first base, and he's a left-hander, so he's got an easy look at first base. Thanopoulos will be careful about stealing here. Fouled away again, so 0-2 the count now on Anthony Spina. Here at Memorial Field, 335 down the lines. Power alley's 365, dead center 390. Put in on the 0-2, swing and a miss. Got a piece of that, so he stays alive. Jakari Pellegrini looks in, gets the sign. Anthony Spina taps the bat a couple times on the plate. Now is ready. Comes the pitch. Foul straight up in the air. No chance for the first baseman to get over. Goes behind the dugout. And they'll do it once more. So Pellegrini's throwing strikes here. Thanopoulos solved him for the moment. got a base hit. He stands at first base. Here comes the 0-2. Over the outside corner, just missed. So 1-2 now for the Mammoths. It's going to take a while, Eddie. It's going to take a while. Don't ask me. I'm on the air. 1-2 is the count. So Anthony Spina still alive with the count 1-2. Ooh, very close pitch again. Does not get the call. Get some chatter out of the Mitchell bench, and rightly so. It was close enough. But runs the count to 2-2. So Anthony Spina making Jakari Pellegrini do some work here. Swing and a miss, and got a piece of that, so stays alive. Count remains at 2-2. So if there's any pattern developing here, Spina should get on if he follows what happened in the first inning. Pellegrini's going to have other ideas about that. It's 2-2. Another swing by Spina that gets a piece of the ball. So another foul tip. Thanopoulos went down to second, but to no avail, as the ball was foul. One hit in the inning. Two count. Up and away. Runs the count full. So Spina, the senior, has made Pellegrini do some work here, and he's not done yet. Comes the 3-2, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. So Spina down on strikes after one full. No score in the game. Coming up to the top of the second, we'll be right back. Hugh Campbell with you on NSN Sports. Top of the second coming up. No score in the game. And at bat is Marcus Melendez. He's the catcher, batting .367. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch is a ball. So 1-1. on Marcus Melendez, the catcher. And a line drive to left field gets between short and third, so a clean single there for Melendez. He gets on base.
Now batting number 20, Jack Finnegan.
Brings up Jack Finnegan, the right fielder, 282. Junior from Old Saybrook, Connecticut. So leadoff single by Marcus Melendez. Pitches inside, yeah, close, but then the umpire thought about it, but the end result is ball one. Is the 1-0. That's low, but called a strike right at the knees. Okay. So 1-1. Could be a make-up call, eh? Each team with one hit. Leadoff single here by Marcus Melendez. There's a throw over to first. Of course, the big news around these parts, if you're just tuning in, Amherst has a new mascot name. It is the Mammoths. And the connection, in case you're wondering, oh, good pitch. 1-2, off-speed pitch, and Finnegan way out in front. Fooled badly. So 1-2. Brown over to first. Very close. Oh, called safe. Ooh, Melendez lucky to get out of that one. Good throw over by Dustin Brown. And Chase Henley with a nice tag, but not quite in time. Swing and a miss. Got him. So Jack Finnegan goes down on strikes.
Number 21,
Stephen Pagan is the next man up. He's the third baseman, batting .231. Sophomore from Oceanside, California. Oh, and the sun's making an appearance. Nicely done. First pitch is a strike. So one down in the inning. And there's a man at first. Marcus Melendez with the single. There's the 0-1. That's low, so 1-1. Anyway, the connection between Amherst and the Mammoths. They've got in the Science Museum here, they've got a skeleton of a mammoth. It's been there for a very long time. So I guess the connection is that the mammoth unearthed and displayed at the Benesky Science Museum is the choice. And there was a poll taken, and my favorite, the Fighting Poets, finished well down the list, so no chance there. Valley Hawks, Falcons was not part of the mix. Purple and white, that's pretty benign. And there's a ground ball to short. Robeson up with the throw and gets his man at first. Nicely done. Chase Henley digs that one out. Low throw, but on the mark. Now there's two down. And there were five in total. And anyway, the Mammoths was the one that carried the day in the end.
number 10,
Steven Gonzalez, the left fielder, 244 on the season. Man at second now is Marcus Melendez. Amherst trying to strand him. Dustin Brown, one out away from doing so. Good pitch. 0-1. Comes the 1-1. Close again, but not given the strike call, just outside. Gonzalez, a left-hand batter. Senior from Union City, New Jersey. That's where the Holland Tunnel is, I think. No, it's Jersey City, but it's close to there. 3-1 now. So hitters count here for Gonzalez. Man at second. Scoring position is Marcus Melendez. Foul tipped away. 3-2. Mitchell College playing really well. 15-6 coming into this one. Winners of 7 straight and 12 of 14. 1-1 against Trinity College, the Bantams in NESCAC play. So they've got a clue. Amherst at 500 now, 5-5. Not nearly played as many games as Mitchell. And here's a pop that's going to find the gap. Look at that. It's going to score the runner. And Melendez comes in to make it a 1-0 game. It was sort of an excuse me hit by Gonzalez. And it went over the head of the second baseman and the shortstop trying to get back. And fell in front of Yanni Thanopoulos in center. So run batted in for for Steven Gonzalez. And the Mariners take a 1-0 lead. Tristan Hurley is the next man up. The center fielder struck out his first time. First pitch is a ball. In the box score, that's going to look like a line drive. And clean hit here, taken by Brown right at the mound, and that'll do it. Brown defending himself, really, but hello, I've got the ball. Okay, after an inning and a half, it's 1-0 Mitchell. We'll be right back. Hugh Campbell with you on NSN Sports. And back at Memorial Field, it's 1-0 Mitchell. They get a single in the first inning to drive in a run. So Amherst down 1-0 here. Nick Nardone is the man at the plate. Third baseman batting .417. Nick is from Fairfield, Connecticut, not that far away. Only a sophomore. Fouls this one away. So 1-1 the count. Chikari Pellegrini is the pitcher. 2.03 ERA coming in, so pretty good. That's up and away. Runs the count to 2-1. 2 hits for Mitchell, 1 for Amherst. We're in the bottom of the second. And here's a drive to center. And a couple of players going back for it. It's going to be the left fielder who makes the catch. That's Steven Gonzalez out there. The center fielder was chasing for it, Tristan Hurley, but eventually Gonzalez was the man who tracked it down. I thought I had a chance off the bat, but not quite. So Henley flies out. Nardone flies out to center. Chase Henley's the next man up, the first baseman. Strike called. Henley, a sophomore from Pleasanton, California. 6'3", tall kid. Looks bigger than that. That's in the dirt, so it's going to be 1-1. One out in the inning. Of course, that ball got hung up in the wind. I thought it had a chance off the bat, but eventually Stephen Gonzalez able to track it down. And this one's fouled away to first. Nothing doing there. 1-2 the count. There's the 1-2. Ooh. Swing and a miss by Henley. Really fooled on that pitch was Henley. So 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 from Pellegrini. Swing and a miss. Got him. So Chase Henley strikes out. There's 2 down in the inning. Ariel Kenny's the next man up. Kenny fighting it this year. 147 is the DH today. Yeah, so he's looking to find his form. And for Amherst, now would be a good time. Swing and a miss. Pellegrini throwing darts out there. That's a ball. So 1-1. Count runs to 2-1 now. Bases empty. Kenny at the plate. Mitchell leads at 1-0. Comes the pitch. And close, but called a ball. So 3-1 now for Ariel Kenny. He'd love to get on base any way he can. Batting 147. Comes 3-1. And a drive to center. And again, left fielder Gonzalez comes over to make the catch. And that'll do it for Amherst College. The Mammoths go down 1-2-3. We'll be back for the top of the third. It's 1-0 Mitchell. One nothing Mitchell, top of the third, and game's moving along very nicely. Thank you very much. In cold conditions, Kyle Hartenstein, second baseman, struck out his first time. He is up. First pitch is a ball. Batting .413 coming into this one. Swing and a miss here, 1-1. Batting on the 1-1 to Hartenstein, second baseman. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Junior from Meriden, Connecticut. Head coach is Travis Bozalil in his 6th season. Brian Hammond, his 8th season for Amherst. That one's low, so it's going to run the count to 2-2. Jordan Tubickman is the pitching coach. Dave Cunningham, former standout first baseman catcher for this Amherst Mammoth team. And also an outstanding goalie for the hockey squad. I mean outstanding. Dave stole half a dozen games by himself. I know, because I called them. This ball is fouled away to the third baseline. Dustin Brown on the mound for Amherst is the pitch, and a ground ball to second. Max Steinhorn up to first. Chase Henley out by a lot. 1 away. It's going to bring up Francis Predator. Senior from Bayville, New York, if I'm not mistaken. That's on Long Island. This pitch is a ball. Burly fellow, 6'2", 230. There's the 1-0. That one's low, runs the count to 2-0. Here's the 2-0 from Dustin Brown. Swing and a miss. Got him on that one. So 2-1. One out in the inning. Nobody on. Mitchell leads at 1-0 though. Run scored in the top of the second on a 2-out single by Steven Gonzalez. Runs the count to 3-1 now. Scoreboard has it 3-0, but he's pitching his 4th pitch here, so it has to be 3-1. Make it 3-2. Scoreboard has it 3-1 is the count. I'm pretty sure it's 3-2. It's in the dirt, so it walks him. And Predator's down to first base, so that's his 2nd walk of the game. So Tyler Pina's up now. He's the designated hitter, batting 164 coming into this one. Senior from Plainville, Connecticut. And he walked his first time up as well. So now man on. Left-hand batter is Pina. It's a pitch from Brown. That's outside. Wind still blowing in from center field. Predator on his horse. Here's a drive to center. Thanopoulos gets back to make the catch. Nicely done by Yanni Thanopoulos to track that one down. That had a chance. Again, the wind blowing in. And might have found the wall without the wind, but not to be. So 2 outs now. Going to bring up Garrett Griffin. And Predator is still at first base. But now with 2 outs, throw over to first. Griffin flied out to center his first time up. Swing and a miss. And that hits the catcher, Severino Tochi. And he's shaken up. Tochi took one off the elbow or the forearm area. And he's asking for some time here. And the umpire's obliging. Looks like Brian Hand's coming out to take a look at Severino Tochi, only a freshman from Western Massachusetts, which is just off Route 128. Looks like he's okay. Well, he's a hockey player. Stays in the game. 0-1 is the count to Garrett Griffin. In the top of the third, and Mitchell has a 1-0 lead. Oh, look out. Tochi just threw one into the center field, so maybe he's not 100% yet. Let's try that again. No, another. No, that didn't look so good either. Ugh. See who the backup catches. Joe Feldman and Christian Pluchar can also catch here for the Amherst. Looks like he's okay. Good to go. Swing and a foul away. So 0-2 now on Garrett Griffin. Man at first is Francis Predator. Keep an eye on Severino Tochi. He's due up at the bottom of the inning. Here's the pitch from Brown coming up. 0-2 is the count. And a ground ball that gets through. Up the middle. Predator goes to second. And Griffin reaches on a single.
Now batting, number 19, Marcus.
So Marcus Melendez, the first baseman, who singled his first time up. Melendez is the catcher, excuse me. He singled his first time up. Comes up with 2 men on. Predator at second. And Griffin at first. Dustin Brown. Conversation about to take place at the mound. Jordan Tabakman, the pitching coach, coming out to have a word with his pitcher, Davis Brown. Brown came into this contest with a ERA of 8.22, 0-1 record, and only 7.2 innings pitched with 2 appearances. So Brown looking to make his mark here this afternoon. The conversation was quick. Big game across the way at Pratt Field this afternoon with men's lacrosse with Wesleyan University coming in. Amherst Wesleyan. Always a good rivalry in men's lacrosse. Here is a pitch that's fouled away. Marcus Melendez, sophomore from Storrs, Connecticut. That's where Yukon is. 0-1 is the count to Melendez. 1-1 again. Another close pitch that Brown wanted, didn't get it. Tochi framing those pitches nicely with effect, but not enough. 3 hits now for Mitchell, 1 for Amherst. And pickoff play attempt at second base, but Predator gets back in time. I think I've seen that play work once in every 378 times. Here's the 1-1 from Davis Brown. And there, another good-looking pitch. He doesn't get the call. Oh, my. Tochi. Okay, well, the count's 2-1. Well, I have a lousy vantage point, by the way. It's not like I'm seeing a clean strike zone here. I'm just looking at the body language from the catcher. And that one's inside. So now it runs the count to 3-1. So Davis Brown got the first 2 men. No, hit the batter. Hit by pitch. Marcus Melendez. So that will load the bases now with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 20, Jack Finnegan.
And Jack Finnegan is the man up, who struck out his last time up. And we're seeing some stirring in the Amherst bullpen. As I think George Long, number 32, senior from Newtown, Pennsylvania, is going to start throwing. Christian Pluchar is going to be the catcher to warm George Long up. So pretty sure Brian Ham's going to try and allow Davis to get out of the inning here. Strike one called on Jack Finnegan. Finnegan, the right fielder. Strike two called on Finnegan. So nothing more than Davis Brown would like here was a ground ball to the infield or a strikeout or a pop-up, something, because the bases are loaded. That one's high, so 1-2. Comes the 1-2. Oh, hit the batter. Another hit by pitch. That's two in a row, so that's going to force in a run. And Mitchell takes a 2-0 lead. So two consecutive hit by pitches for Davis Brown. Melendez and now Finnegan. And Stephen Pagan, the third baseman's up. Grounded out to second his first time up. And the bases are still loaded. So Mitchell gets another run, makes it 2-0. Garrett Griffin is at third base now. Griffin at third, Melendez at second, and Finnegan is at first. Severino Tochi comes out to have a chat with his pitcher. Dangerous spot here now for Brown. Stephen Pagan, the third baseman, batting .231 coming into the game. Grounded out to second base his first time up, and now we've got looks like they're going to go to George Long right here, as George is coming into the game. So George Long, the relief pitcher for Amherst, coming into the game. And it looks like Brian Ham has seen enough. George Long with 3.72 ERA. 0-1 is his record in 4 appearances. 9.2 innings pitched for George. So we'll have a pitching change. We'll take a quick break and come right back. Mitchell with bases loaded. They lead at 2-0. 2 outs in the inning. George Long is on. We'll be right back. Back at Memorial Field, George Long is in a bit of a pickle here. It's not his fault. Davis Brown leaves the game with the bases loaded. There are 2 outs, and George comes on. Try and get the Mammoths out of the inning. And he's going to be facing Stephen Pagan. It's the first pitch. That's a ball. Three hits given up by Brown. 2 runs, 2 earned runs. This one's popped away to the first base side, so 1-1 the count. Two hits batsman did not help the cause for Davis Brown. George Long is on in relief, trying to get the Mammoths out of the inning. Stephen Pagan trying to keep things going. Swing, fouled away, 1-2. Waiting on the 1-2 from George Long. Off-speed pitch, got him. Struck him out looking, so George comes in, does the job, limits the damage to 1 run only. Amherst will come up in the bottom of the third, down 2-0. Back in a moment. This is NSN Sports. Stay with us. Severino Tochi, Ryan Harden, and Max Steinhorn. Next 3 up for Amherst College. First at bat for Severino Tochi, facing Jakari Pellegrino. Bunt play is on, looks pretty good. Has a chance and safe at first base. Oh, nicely done by Severino Tochi. Beat it down the line like a bat out of hell and beats the throw. Pellegrini was on the ball really quickly, and a nice stretch by the first baseman, Predator. But Tochi, I think, caught everybody by surprise. Nicely done by the catcher. Going to bring up Ryan Harden, the left fielder, batting .538. 26 at-bats for Ryan. Junior from Riverside, Connecticut. Amherst down by 2-0 Mariners. Running the second, running the third. We're in the bottom of the third now. Another bunt is on. This time throw to second out there, and the lead runner has been retired. Nicely done by Pellegrini to recognize the situation and go to second base. Max Steinhorn's the next man up. Struck out his first time up. Max from Washington, D.C. Pitch is a strike at the knees. Oh, look low. Okay. It's okay. Look, as long as you're consistent about it. 0-1 the count on Max Steinhorn. Runner is going. Throw down to second base. Not in time. So Ryan Harden steals second on the throw. And Steinhorn with a chance now to get a run home with a runner in scoring position at second. Comes the 1-1 to Steinhorn. Up and away, 2-1. Jacare Pellegrini, not a big guy, listed at 5'6" in the program. Looks a bit taller than that, though. This one's fouled away, runs the count to 2-2. Amherst with the runner in scoring position. At second base, it's Ryan Harden. There's the 2-2 from Pellegrini. Foul away to the first base side. No chance for Predator. Count remains at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the third. Amherst trying to get on the board. We're down by 2 here to the Mariners. This one's popped up to the right side as well, and again Predator gives it a look, but not enough. Well out of play. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Waiting on the 2-2 from Jacare Pellegrini. Here comes the pitch. And Harden thought about stealing third, but has to scamper back to second now. Ball's up and away, so 3-2 count. And Pellegrini was really taking a quick look there to Harden before he delivered the pitch, and I think it threw him off. 3-2 count. Harden again. And a throw back to second. And now there's a conversation at the mound. The catcher comes out, the shortstop. Also Garrett Griffin and Marcus Melendez. Giving Pellegrini some advice. 3-2 count on Max Steinhorn. Max would love to get on here and put 2 men on with 1 out. Comes 3-2. Again, Harden dancing around at second base. Pitches up and away. I think Harden really messing with Pellegrini here. As Steinhorn walks. That one wasn't close. Harry Roberson grounded out to second. His first time up. He is up. Shortstop. Amherst now with Mammoths with 2 on and 1 out. Swing and a miss. Harry Roberson not able to catch up with that fastball from Jacare Pellegrini. On the 0-1 to Harry Roberson. That's up and away. So 1-1. Junior from Arlington, Massachusetts, went to Belmont Hill. Here's the pitch from Pellegrini. Turn around, back to second base. Griffin is there to make the stop. Otherwise, that ball's at a center field. And Ryan Harden's at third base. But good work by Griffin. Now I'll do it one more time at 1-1. Here's the pitch. He comes home with it. Throw to third base. Not in time. Stolen base for Ryan Harden over at third base. So a double steal as Max Steinhorn took second as well. So now Amherst with runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs. Harden at third. Timeout's been called, and again the catcher Melendez coming out to have a word with his pitcher. So Amherst with a chance to threaten here in the bottom of the third inning. Mariners lead it by 2. Amherst trying to get on the board. Now it's Harry Robeson at the plate with a 2-1 count. And a drive to center. This is going to get a run in, at least. Harden should tag and score. The right fielder has the ball, throws it in, and Amherst is on the board. So 2-1 now. Jack Finnegan, the man out there in right field, making the catch, getting the ball in quickly. Max Steinhorn stands at third. There's 2 outs now. And Yanni Thanopoulos is up. So Amherst on the board, 2-1. Nice job by Harry Robeson to drive the ball deep into right field. And Ryan Harden scores easily. So Max Steinhorn at third, and again Yanni Thanopoulos looking to tie up the game or go ahead. Oh, here comes Steinhorn on the steal of home, and he is out! Out at home plate. Steinhorn with a clean steal. Just took off for home base. I think the only guy that knew it was coming was Thanopoulos, and tagged by Melendez. Out is the call. So after 3 innings, it's 2-1. Mitchell with the lead. We'll be right back. Steven Gonzalez comes up for Mitchell. Singled his first time up. So Max Steinhorn thrown out at the plate to conclude the bottom of the third. George Long is back out there. Up and away for George, so 1-0 is the count. What a bold move, really was. And a great job by Melendez to make the tag. Pitch is outside, so 2-0 now on Steven Gonzalez. I mean, it was a straight steal. And wasn't a safety squeeze or anything like that. The batter was in his stance. He didn't turn around to bunt or anything. Steinhorn just came home clean. It was close, but called out. Can't argue the call. Count is 2-1. Count is now 3-1, just outside. Two runs on 3 hits for Mitchell. That's a strike down the middle. So runs the count to 3-2. Amherst with 1 run on 2 hits. Davis Brown started the game. George Long now in relief. And a ground ball over the head of the third baseman into left field. Ryan Harden gets the ball in quickly, gives it to the shortstop Roberson, and a clean single. Second of the day for Gonzalez. Just over the head of the third baseman, Nick Nardone. It's going to bring up Tristan Hurley, the center fielder. Struck out and lined out to the pitcher his last time up. So the Mariners get a man on with nobody out. Here's the pitch from Long. That's outside, so 0-1. 1-0, excuse me. And a ground ball to Max Steinhorn. Gobbles that up. Oda first out there. And the runner advances to second. So Tristan Hurley grounds out to second base.
Now batting number 12,
Kyle Hartenstein struck out and grounded out to first. His first 2 at-bats. Left-hander. Steven Gonzalez at second base. 1 out in the inning. Pitches away, 1-0. We are in the top of the 4th. Mitchell riding a 7-game winning streak. And winners of 12 of their last 14. Very impressive. The ball is low, so make it 2-0 to Kyle Hartenstein. Gonzalez at second. Here's the pitch and a drive towards center. Yanni Thanopoulos drifting back, makes the catch. Gonzalez goes to third on the throw. So 2 outs in the inning, but Gonzalez at third now.
now batting number 35, Francis Predator.
So Francis Predator, the first baseman, walked both times. Has a chance to do some damage here with 2 outs in the inning and a man at third. That ball is high from George Long, so 1-0 on the Burley first baseman. Strike called, 1-1. Gonzalez at third. 2 outs in the inning. 1-1 is the count. And a line drive here gets through, so Gonzalez will score. And Predator drives in run number 3 for Mitchell.
Number 3, Tyler Pina.
It's going to bring up Tyler Pina. So a man at third. Gonzalez goes to third on the throw from Yiannopoulos for the second out. It pays off as Predator drives him in. So 3-1 now. And a ground ball to Max Steinhorn. That's the end of the inning for Tyler Pina. So after, what do we got here? 3.5 innings of play. It is Mitchell, 3-1 over the Mammoths of Amherst College. We'll be right back. Hugh Campbell with you on NSN Sports. Bottom of the fourth, Yanni Thanopoulos is the man up at the plate. Of course, he was at the plate when Max Steinhorn tried to steal home and was called out. So Yanni will lead off the inning. Shikari Pellegrini misses inside, so it's 1-0. Misses inside again, so make it 2-0 on Thanopoulos. Struck out his first time up. Strike called, so makes it 2-1. Run in the second, run in the third, run in the fourth for Mitchell. Amherst with a run in the third. That's where we stand, 3-1. Mitchell College out of New London, Connecticut. Ball's up and in, so that makes it a 3-1 count. New London, Connecticut, also the home of Connecticut College, fellow NESCAC school. So Thanopoulos walks. Just going to bring up Anthony Spina. Struck out his first time up.
Now batting, number 16, Anthony Spina.
So Thanopoulos goes to first base on the free pass, and Anthony Spina is the man up at the plate. Throw to first. Now the Mariners from New London, Connecticut, as I mentioned, Mitchell College. Now the Mariners, you can get that. They're on the water. Why Connecticut College is called the Camels is beyond me. Waiting on the pitch here. That's well way over the head. And Thanopoulos will take second base on the wild pitch. So Amherst with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Count is 1-0 on Anthony Spina. Thanopoulos at second now, nobody out. Amherst down 3-1. There's the pitch. That's low and inside, so make it 2-0. And Francis Predator, the first baseman, over to have a chat with his pitcher, Shikari Pellegrini. Got into a spot of bother the last inning, but was able to get out of it, giving up only one run only. And right now he walked Yanni Thanopoulos. Thanopoulos took second on a wild pitch, and now Spina's up at the plate. Nick Nardone, Chase Henley will follow. Two-0 count to Spina. And a line drive to center, and stabbed by the center fielder. And that forces Yiannopoulos back to second base. The center fielder out there is Tristan Hurley, who came in on the play but had to back up quickly with the bullet from Spina coming right at her. Well hit, but Hurley right there to make the grab. Not an easy play. Brings up Nick Nardone. Strike called to Nick. Flight out to center his first time up. Here's the 0-1 from Pellegrini. Make it 0-2. Nick Nardone. Thanopoulos is at second base. And Spina hit that ball really hard. And Hurley had to just back up a few steps to make the catch, but it wasn't an easy play by any stretch of the imagination. Swing and a miss here, and he's out of there. Oh, got a piece of it, so stays alive. 0-2. Looked like Nick was heading back to the dugout, but got just enough. It's 0-2. Putting on the 0-2 count here from the pitcher. That's outside, so 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Pellegrini. Turns around, throws to second base. Oh, close, but they again. Back in time was Thanopoulos. It's the third time they've tried that pickoff play at second base today. This one's popped up. Nardone pops this one up. The shortstop, Garrett Griffin, has it. Makes the catch. 2 outs. Thanopoulos unable to advance. Chase Henley struck out his first time up. Trying to get Thanopoulos in. Yeah, I've lost the internet here, Patrick. How about you? We got a signal? You still... Okay, hang on. I've got it back. All right. Two outs in the inning. Thanopoulos at second. Henley at the plate. Strike one called. Henley, a sophomore from Pleasanton, California. .218 in the afternoon out in California right now. 1-1 count coming up to Chase Henley. And a drive to right field. The right fielder's trying to get there, falls in front of him. And that's going to drive Thanopoulos in. And he crosses the plate to make it a 3-2 game. So Chase Henley reaches on a single to right field. It's going to bring up Ariel Kenny. So a nice clutch hitting by Chase Henley. .3-2 the score now, as the Mammoths get their second run of the contest thanks to Chase Henley. Count is 1-0 on Ariel Kenny. Count is 1-1 on Ariel Kenny. Strike called. Comes the 1-1. That's in the dirt. No advance by the runner. 2-1 count now to Ario Kenny. And fouls this one away. Makes it 2-2. Henley at first. 2 outs in the inning. 2-2 count. Three-two Mariners. And this one's fouled away the right-hand side by Ario Kenny. So count remains at 2-2. In the bottom of the fourth. Struck him out. Jakari Pellegrini strikes out Ario Kenny. That stops the threat after 4 innings of play. 3-2 Mitchell College. We'll be right back. Garrett Griffin grounded out to second base. Has pulled up lame here. Patrick Watkins, my producer, doing the play-by-play for me. Thank you. What's up here? Looks like the trainer's out to have a look at him. Marcus Melendez is the next man up. George Long as the pitcher back out there for Amherst. And this doesn't look good at all. Oh my, Garrett Griffin is being helped off the field. Oof, that's not good. Certainly hope it's just a minor injury for the young man. So Garrett Griffin surely unlikely to return in this one. Marcus Melendez flying out to center, singled. Singled and hit by pitch. Quickly 0-2 on Marcus Melendez. Mariners lead at 3-2. We're in the top of the fifth. Here's the 1-2 from George Long. Slicing, it could fall fair. It falls foul. Right fielder Anthony Spina gave it a chase, but in foul territory. So the count remains 1-2 on Marcus Melendez. That one's low, so 2-2. As the wind is starting to pick up a bit, blowing in from dead center here at Memorial Field on the campus of Amherst College. Ooh, close pitch, called a ball. 3-2. And George had Melendez 0-2, and now he's worked the count to 3-2. There's one out in the inning. Strike three called. Right down the middle. For 2 outs, Jake Finnegan, the right fielder, struck out, hit by pitch. First 2 times up. So 2 outs, nobody on. Strike one called on Jack Finnegan. That one's low and in the dirt, so 1-1. George Long has done a nice job since coming in relief of Davis Brown. 1 earned run, 1 strike, no bases on balls to date. Here's a ground ball that might split the defense. It does. Right between short and second. So getting on safely is Jack Finnegan.
Now batting, number 21,
Stephen Pagan, the next man up, grounded out to second, struck out. So 1 man on, 2 outs. That hit by Finnegan went right up the second base bag, splitting Steinhorn and Robeson. Strike one called. Six hits now for Mitchell. They lead at 3-2. We're in the top of the fifth. Throw to first. Safe. Finnegan gets back safely. Really wasn't that close. It's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled away to the right-hand side. 0-2. Comes the 0-2 from George Long. Runner is going, fouled away. Remains 0-2, and Stephen Pagan will watch his teammate Jack Finnegan return to first base. Cool conditions here at Memorial Field this afternoon. It's been overcast throughout, no threat of rain. Sun has tried to break through a couple of times. Big series with Middlebury coming in this weekend, Friday and 2 on Saturday. Swung in, and that's fouled away. Amherst's first crack at NESCAC conference play. It's been a while. They had a doubleheader against Bowdoin scheduled for last Sunday that was washed out. About 6 inches of snow on the ground on Saturday. Throw to first. It's back in time is Finnegan. So it's a key series because Middlebury is in the same division as Amherst in the NESCAC West. Excuse me. Runner going, hit by pitch. So that'll be academic as Pagan reaches first base. This is all with 2 outs now. Got a single by Finnegan, a hit by pitch by Pagan. And George Long having trouble trying to close the deal here. It's going to bring up Steven Gonzalez. 2 singles for Steven Gonzalez. He's done the job. Left fielder. There's that fake throw back to second base that I might see work once in 578 times. I did see very close once today, though, just to make a liar out of me. Here's the pitch from Long. Good. Strike 1. And the last thing Brian Ham, the head coach of Amherst, wants to see here is the top of the order come up for Mitchell. So this is the spot for George to get out of the inning. Steven Gonzalez at the plate, the number 9 hitter. Strike 2. Now the 0-2 from George Long. Swing fouled away. Pagan at first, Finnegan at second. There's 2 outs in the inning. And here's a ground ball. It gets by Nick Nardone. That's fair. Chasing for home is Finnegan, and he'll reach. And runners are safe. On a big third single by Steven Gonzalez. Another run batted in for him, and Mitchell goes up 4-2. And what's this now? They're going to award home plate to number 21, Stephen Pagan. So 2 runs have come in. So they're rewarding Mitchell 2 runs here. And the man at third is going to be Steven Gonzalez, the man who drove him in. So 2 runs in for Mitchell makes it 5-2 on the 2-out hit by Steven Gonzalez. His 3rd hit of the day. It's going to bring up Tristan Hurley, top of the order now. Struck out, lined out to the pitcher, grounded out to second. Big hit by Gonzalez. 2 outs in the inning, and Gonzalez at third. This pitch is a strike. Inside, 1-1. Now Mitchell has scored in every inning except the top of the first. They lead at 5-2. Warming up in the bullpen for Amherst is, let's see, who was that? Let's take a look. Landry Mayo, I think. No, it's number 35, Chris Boldy, the senior from Mahwah, New Jersey. He is warming up. And here's a pop-up towards third, but it'll be out of play. Count is 1-2. 5-2 Mitchell. And another hit by pitch. So Hurley goes to first base.
Now batting, number 12, Kyle Hartenstein.
It's going to bring up Kyle Hartenstein. Struck out, grounded out, and flying out to center. So 2 outs for George Long, but it's been tough going since then. 2 runs are in for Mitchell. They lead at 5-2. Strike called. Garrett Griffin grounded out. Marcus Melendez struck out. Then Finnegan singled. Hit by pitch to Pagan. Single by Gonzalez. And now a hit by pitch to Hurley. Good pitch. 0-2. So once again, George Long ahead of the hitter. Kyle Hartenstein, left-hand batter, second baseman. And a throw down to second. Got him in no man's land. They've got the runner at third now in a pickle. And the tag play is on. He's running out of room. This is just a matter of time. Steinhorn makes the tag, and out of there is number 10, Steven Gonzalez. So the inning ends on a runner stranded between third and home for Mitchell. But they get 2 runs to make it 5-2. Mariners heading into the bottom of the back at Memorial Field. Thanks for joining us on NSN Sports. It's 5-2 Mitchell College over Amherst College Mammoths. And into the field now at second base. Shortstop is going to be number 13, Brody Adams, who comes into the game for the injured Garrett. Hang on a second. Garrett Griffin. So Adams into the game for Griffin at shortstop. And batting right now for Amherst College is Severino Tochi. Bunt single in his first at bat. Tochi Harden and then Max Steinhorn for the top of the order. Continuing to pitch is Jakari Pellegrini. Done a nice job so far. 4 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 2 base on balls.
Now batting, number 10,
Severino Tochi is the man at the plate, batting .368 coming into this one. He's the catcher, a freshman from Weston, Massachusetts. Weston is actually in eastern Massachusetts. Here's the pitch, popped it straight up. See if the catcher has it play, does not. Count is 0-1. And the 0-1, 0-2 now. Another good pitch by Pellegrini. Finds the outside corner, called strike. Oh, and 2 is the count on Tochi. Ground ball to third. It's booted by the third baseman. We'll see if that's called an error. Tochi looking for 2. Won't get there. Goes back to first base as the shortstop Adams picks up the ball. See if that's ruled an error on the third baseman. That's Stephen Pagan at third. Looks like they ruled it a base hit. Okay, well, we'll give Severino Tochi a base hit on that one. 4th hit of the game for Amherst. And brings up Ryan Harden. And he grounded out his first time up on a bunt single attempt. Chris Baldy continues to warm in the Amherst bullpen. Throw over to first, back in time, is Tochi. Tough chance at third base for Stephen Pagan, but probably should have had it. No error charged to Pagan. They ruled it a single. Strike called here. 0-1 the count on Ryan Harden. Junior from Riverside, Connecticut. Right-hand batter. 1 on, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Five runs, 7 hits, no errors for Mitchell. Strike 3, got him looking. Harden strikes out. It's going to bring up Max Steinhorn. So 1 out in the inning now.
Number 1, Max Steinhorn.
5 runs, 7 hits for Mitchell. 2 runs, 4 hits for Amherst College. Ball is outside, 1-0. Tochi at first. Reached on a leadoff single. This one's popped up and fouled away over the dugout of the Mariners. So 1-1 the count now. That's inside, close at the knees. Didn't get the call this time. He's gotten a call similar to that in the past, but not right now. 5-2, Mitchell leads it. Mariners looking for win number 8 in a row. There's a line drive that gets past the second baseman. So Steinhorn is on with a nice single. First hit of the day for Max. Brings up Harry Roberson. So 2 men on, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Tochi's at second. Steinhorn's at first.
Number 4, Harry Roberson.
Roberson grounded out to second. And sacrificed to right field. And his 2 at bats. So chance here for Roberson to do some damage. This pitch off speed, strike 1. Comes the 0-1. low. 1-1 again, right at the knees. Got that call in the first couple of innings, but hasn't gotten to it late. Two on, one out. And here's a drive towards left. Is it going to stay fair or foul? It is a home run. I think a home run. A 3-run jack by Harry Roberson. Oh my, that ball hugged the line and went just over the fence, right on the foul line. You had to wait for the umpire's call to see if it was fair or foul. And Roberson has tied the game. It was hooking foul towards the line, 335, right down the left field line, and went right over the fence, right where the foul line meets the top of the fence.
Now batting, number 7, Yanni Thanopoulos, number 7.
So Yanni Thanopoulos is up, and it's a tie game. I'm telling you, that another inch either way, that would have been foul. It couldn't have been fair by any closer margin. Brand new ball game, 5-5. A 3-run bomb by Harry Roberson, the shortstop. It brings up Yanni Thanopoulos, singled and walked. 2 times up. Here's a drive to center. And getting back quickly is the center fielder for Mitchell, and makes the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Tristan Hurley drifting back to make a nice catch. Never really threatened the wall, but
Now batting, number 16,
not a bad poke by Thanopoulos either way. Anthony Spina struck out and lined out to center. 2 outs in the inning, was tied at 5 now. Hit by pitch. So Spina gets on. And that is the, have a look, this is going to be like the 4th. 1, 2, 3. 3 hit by pitch for Mitchell and 1 for Amherst. The 4th hit batter here in this game. And we're in the bottom of the 5th. Nick Nardone is the next man up. Pick off play at first, safe. Flight out to center, popped out, too short. 2 times up for Nick. Youngster from Fairfield, Connecticut. He's a sophomore. Pellegrini, strike 1. 1-1 the count. And a ground ball to third. This should do it. With a good throw. Good enough. The Pagan over to first base. Francis Predator makes a nice stretch to get the out. So after 5 innings of play, we are tied at 5. We'll be right back. This is NSN Sports. Thanks for joining us. Top of the sixth coming up, 5-5 game, thanks to a 3-run homer by Harry Robeson. And into the ball game now for the Mammoths is Chris Boldy pitching. 5.4 ERA, no record. 9 innings pitched on the season. And Kyle Hartenstein will lead it off for Mitchell. Struck out, grounded out, and flied out to center. First pitch is a strike to Hartenstein. I mean, the 3-run jack by Harry Robeson was another inch either way. It would have been foul. I mean, it was that close. Counts all the same, as if he put it over center field. Count is 1-1 now on Hartenstein. And he pokes this one to left field. Not getting there in time is going to be Ryan Harden. Falls in front of Harden, so Hartenstein has a single. Good work by Harden to get over quickly to throw that ball in, prevent the double. And Francis Predator now. 2 walks and a single. A run batted in for Francis. Comes up with nobody out and a man at first. So Chris Boldy greeted with a single. Strike 1 called for Chris Boldy on that pitch, just outside to Francis Predator. Tied at 5. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Francis Predator. No one more surprised at the home run than the pitcher, Jacari Pellegrini. Couldn't believe it. We had to wait for the umpire to give the signal. This one's in the dirt, gets away. Runner goes down to second. Is he out? Nicely done by Max Steinhorn on the tag, and a good throw by Severino Tocci to get Hartenstein on the steal. So the lead runner is retired. That changes things. And now Predator looking to either get on or put it over the fence. Ball's over the head of Predator. Has to duck out of the way, so that's a ball. 2-2. Yikes. Glad he's wearing a helmet. Nice tag by Steinhorn to get the runner there, Hartenstein. It was close, but he got him. Two and two the count. Ooh, very close. He wanted that, didn't get the call. Chris Boldy looking for strike 3. Instead, the count goes to 3-2. Again, a nice job by Tocci to frame the pitch. That's ball 4, so Francis Predator picks up his 3rd walk of the day.
Number 3, Tyler.
And now Tyner Pina, the designated hitter. He walked, flied out to center, grounded out to second in 3 at-bats. So Predator is at first base. Pina at the plate, 1 out. Strike 1. Warming in the bullpen for Amherst is Mike Castigli. Overcast skies, a bit breezy. Cool conditions. That's up and in, so count goes to 1-1. Runner is going. Predator with the steal. A drive to third base. Stabbed by Nardone over to first. Out there. So now 2 outs. Predatone gets the steal, goes to second. But a pretty play by Nick Nardone. It's going to bring up the pinch hitter Brody Adams, who came in for the injured Garrett Griffin. So Brody Adams, a freshman from Canterbury, Connecticut. Let's take a look. He's batting .400, so that's not bad. Fouls this one away. Only 7 at bats, though. So Adams with a chance to get Predator in if he can connect. Pitch is up and in, so 1-1. Take a look at that men's lacrosse game in a second here. Try to get a score on that. Big game over at Pratfield this afternoon against Wesleyan. That's ball 2. Tied at 5, 2-1 count. Brody Adams, turnaround play at second base, safe. Oh, and Harry Roberson thought for sure he got the pick off of Francis Predator at second, but Predator gets the hand back in on the bag just in time. It's a 2-1 coming up to Brody Adams. Ground ball to Steinhorn, stabs it over to first. That'll do it. Now runs across for Mitchell, and we continue to be tied at 5, thanks to the 3-run homer by Harry Roberson in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th coming up. Hugh Campbell with you. This is NSN Sports. Stay with us. New pitcher into the ballgame for Mitchell. It is number 26, Brian Stanzik, junior from Greenville, New York. 1-0 is his record, 6 appearances. ERA is 1.0, I should say. 9 innings pitched for Brian. And he will be greeted by Chase Henley. Struck out and sacrificed. Singled to right field, rather, for Chase in his second at bat. Tied at 5. And let's see, what time is it now? It's about 6 o'clock, so daylight becoming a bit of a factor here as we're in the top of the 6th. This game delayed by 30 minutes. And here's a rip down the left field. It is a fair ball, and he's going to get to second base. So Henley doubles. And Ario Kenny is up. Leadoff double by Chase Henley. Greets Brian Stanzik rather rudely. So Ario Kenny's up with a chance to get a man in. And Chase Henley at second base with a leadoff double. Stanzik looks in. Swing and fouled away here by Ario Kenny. We are tied at 5. Is the 0-1. 0-2. Again, tip foul held on to by the catcher, Melendez. So 0-2 is the count now on Kenny. Five runs, 8 hits for Mitchell. 5 runs, 7 hits. And then hit by pitch, another one. So Kenny is hit. It's the 5th hit batter today. It's going to bring up Severino Tocci. More action in the bullpen for the Mariners. Nothing Amherst against Wesleyan in men's lacrosse across the way at Pratt Field. Here it's tied at 5. We've got Chase Henley at second base. Ario Kenny is at first. Henley with a double. Kenny hit by pitch. That's going to bring up Severino Tocci. Bunt single on a single. And now we're going to have a conversation with head coach of Mitchell coming out to have a chat with his pitcher, Travis Bozalil. And now the entire infield joins him. Take a look at the Amherst schedule the rest of the way, because these are always weather permitting. Middlebury for 3 coming in, starting Friday at 4. And then a doubleheader on Saturday at noon and 2:30. Williams on the 14th at 4 p.m. That's a Friday. Salve Regina, that's a Monday. And on the 17th, that's a 4 p.m. Gabe Curry on the Wednesday, on the 19th at 4. Elms on a Tuesday. And then Wheaton has been rescheduled for the 27th. And Wesleyan finishes things up on the 29th with a doubleheader. UMass Boston is the last game of the year at home. So I'll have to try and get them all in somehow. Okay. Putting on Tocci. Here's a pick off to second base. The ball is thrown away. And getting to third base safely is Chase Henley. And on the follow was Ario Kenny going to second. So runners at second and third now on the errant throw by the catcher. Oh, it was by the pitcher, excuse me, by the pitcher, Brian Stanzuk. Tried to get the man at second base, threw it into center field, and both runners advanced. So Tochi now with runners at second and third, nobody out. Fouls this one away, 0-1. Amherst with an opportunity here to take the lead. Strike called, 0-2. That one's low, so make it 1-2 now. Runners at second and third. Henley's at third. Kenny is at second. Nobody out. Leadoff double by Chase Henley. A hit by pitch to Kenny. A wild throw by the pitcher, and the runners advanced. This one's fouled away. Count remains 1-2. Ryan Harden will follow, and then back to the top of the order with Max Steinhorn. Mariners winners of 7 in a row coming into today. Strike 3 called, and Tochi's out of there. Big out for the Mariners and Brian Stanzuk. So Ryan Harden with a chance now to do some damage. That ball's in the dirt. No advance by the runners. Well done by Melendez to keep the ball in front of him. Tied at 1 now over at Pratt. Couple of heavyweights going at it, men's lacrosse. Here's a ground ball to second base. They come home. He is stranded there. And Henley is tagged out. And the double play is on. So 2 outs now as Henley is tagged out between third and home plate. Brian Stanzuk with a chance to get out of the inning. Max Steinhorn. How big would this be? Ball 1 to Max Steinhorn. If Stanzuk can get out of the inning, had runners at second and third, nobody out. And now it's second and first with 2 outs. And Steinhorn at the plate. Struck out, walked, and singled. Ball is away, so 2-0. Mike Castiglia continues to warm up in the Amherst bullpen. As darkness could be an issue here soon. Overcast skies. Sun has really never threatened to break through. Strike called, 2-1. Stanzuk, a big guy. 6'6", 240. Here's the 2-1 from Stanzuk. And a ground ball. It gets by the shortstop, so that'll score a run. Trying to score 2. And tagged out at the plate was Joe Feldman, who came in as a pinch runner. So Mitchell gets out of the inning, but they give up a run, and Amherst leads at 6-5. So we'll go to the top of the 7th. Amherst up 6-5. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back at Memorial Field, and the score is still tied at 5, and I'm trying to figure out why. Marcus Melendez is the man at the plate for the Mariners. I thought a run came ahead of Joe Feldman. Feldman was tagged out at the plate with 2 outs. But we're still tied at 5, so let's go with that. And it's going to be Marcus Melendez. Single, hit by a pitch, and struck out looking. And right now into the game, pitching for Amherst is Mike Castigli. And found a way here, so the count runs to 2-2. We're tied at 5. Thought Amherst had scored in the bottom of the 6th, but they did not. Top of the 7th. And Mike Castigli is in for Amherst. This one's fouled away, so 2-2 is the count. Marcus Melendez at the plate. Strike 3 call on Melendez. Nice pitch by Mike Castigli to get Melendez.
Now batting, number 20, Jack Finnegan.
So Jack Finnegan, the right fielder, is now up. Struck out. Hit by a pitch and singled. This one's in the dirt. 1-0. No action in the Amherst bullpen as yet. Two and 0 the count now on Jack Finnegan. There's a ground ball to third. Stabbed by Nardone. What a play. Over to first. Out. What a play by Nick Nardone. 2 away.
Now batting, number 21, Stephen Pagan.
Oh, great play by Nick Nardone at third base. Reaching to his left, stabbed the ball, gets up quickly and throws the runner out at first with plenty to spare. This pitch to Stephen Pagan is a ball. And another stab down to third base, but that's foul. Pagan out in front of that one, pulled it foul. Count runs to 1-1. There's 2 outs in the inning. We're in the top of the 7th. Strike called. 1-2. Mike Castigli, a senior from Middle Island, New York. And a ground ball to third. Nardone fires over to first base. Out. 1-2-3 for Amherst College and Mitchell. And Amherst remain tied at 5. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. This is NSN Sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Top of the 7th coming up, and it is Harry Robeson who will lead it off for Amherst. We are tied at 5. And it looks like Brian Stanczyk's back out there on the mound for Mitchell. And this one's fair down the right field line. It's going to be a double all the way for Harry Robeson. So another leadoff double for Amherst. They did this in the last inning and could not score. And now Yanni Thanopoulos. Yeah, Mike Dow is warming up in the bullpen for the Mammoths now. Robeson at second. Thanopoulos at the plate. Stanczyk is the pitcher. We are tied at 5. Close pitch, called a ball. 1-0. Getting darker and darker here at Memorial Field. Bright lights of the scoreboard now. That's a strike, 1-1. Don't forget Middlebury comes in for 3 this weekend. 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. That one's low, so it's going to be 2-1. Stanczyk looks in, gets signals, and Thanopoulos drives this to left field. And that's going to move Robeson to third. So Thanopoulos takes first. And nobody out. So Amherst with runners at first and third, nobody out.
Now batting, number 16,
Anthony Spina. Struck out, lined out to center, and was hit by a pitch his last time up. So chance now for Anthony to drive in the go-ahead run. Robeson at third, and Thanopoulos is at first. And there's no outs. That's ball 1. Is the 1-0. Swing and fouled, and Spina goes down to one knee. Waiting on the 1-1 pitch from Brian Stanczyk. Here it comes. Again, close but called a ball. 3-3 over at Pratt Field in men's lacrosse. The great thing about calling games at Pratt Field is in your nice warm booth. There's a drive by Spina, and the left fielder stabs it. Nicely done. Throw is coming to home. It's cut off. Safe. Harry Robeson is in for the go-ahead run. Spina with a line drive to left. And Stephen Gonzalez made a very nice play. It was cut off at third by Pagan, who threw it home, but Robeson had come across the plate ahead of the throw. So Amherst now leads at 6-5. And a run batted in for Anthony Spina. Nick Nardone is the next man up. Flied out to center, popped out to short, and grounded out to third. And grounds out to third. And lines out to third. Pagan tries to get over to first for the double play, but not in order. And Nardone lines out to third base. It's going to bring up Chase Henley. Struck out single to right and a double his last at bat. Amherst leads at 6-5, 2 outs in the inning. Thanopoulos at first. Check swing foul on Chase Henley. In the bottom of the 7th, Amherst has gone ahead 6-5. Thanks in large part to a 3-run homer by Harry Robeson in the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. Strike 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So after 7 full, Amherst leads at 6-5. We'll be back. This is Hugh Campbell with you from Memorial Field on the campus of Amherst College. NSN Sports. Stay with us. Top of the 8th, and man getting on with Steven Gonzalez with a nice bunt. I was chatting with a couple of basketball players, not paying attention here. Going to bring up Tristan Hurley. The Mariners down by a run now. Then top of the 8th, Mike Castigli back out there, pitching for Amherst. Tristan Hurley struck out, lined out to the pitcher, grounded out to second, and hit by a pitch his last batter. Here's another bunt. This looks pretty good too, and not handled by Henley at first. Well, is that Thanopoulos? Thanopoulos covering. Steinhorn, number 1. I mean, it's getting dark here, folks. I'm having trouble seeing these numbers. And now the Mariners have runners at second and first with nobody out on a couple of very deceptive bunt singles. Man, why would Thanopoulos be playing in the infield? He's an outfielder, I know that, but now Castigli's out of the game. Let's see who's coming in for Amherst. The Mammoths trying to defend a one-run lead here. It's going to be number 9, Zach Horwitz, freshman from Chestnut Hill. The guy can throw hard. And it's going to be Kyle Hartenstein and Francis Predator and Tyler Pina to bat.
Number 9, Zach Horowitz.
It's just bad luck for Mike Castigli. 2 surprise bunts. Chatting with Mike Riopel and Johnny McCarthy in the warmth of Lafrac Gymnasium. Of course, men's basketball had a nice run. They got defeated by Keene State in the first round of the NCAAs this year. Well, Amherst in danger of giving up that one-run lead right now. 4-3 is the score at Pratt Field in men's lacrosse. Right at the moment, it's a pivotal game for both those two NESCAC rivals, Wesleyan and Amherst. Tufts comes in a bit later. That'll be a big deal. That's on the 15th. We'll have that one for you on NSN Sports. Okay, so Kyle Hartenstein now. Struck out, grounded out, flied out, and singled his last time up. So the Mariners down by 1, threatening here. Zach Horwitz into the game. Steps off the mound. No lights here at Memorial Field. Waiting on Horwitz. Infield comes in, anticipating another bunt. Swinging away, though, was Hartenstein. Oh, and 1 is the count. Another bunt attempt, pulled away. And the count should go to 1-1. Nothing on the scoreboard just yet. Yeah, 1-1, that is correct. And it's getting cooler as every minute passes here at Memorial Field. Here's a drive to, oh, it got through the infield. Spina picks it up, and a run scores. And the ball gets away from the third baseman. He's charging for home. Now he falls down Nardone, and Mitchell takes the lead. Crossing the plate was Tristan Hurley. Nick Nardone fielded the ball at third. The ball got away from him, went after it, then fell down. That gave Hurley a chance to cross the plate. So now it's a 7-6 game in favor of Mitchell. And at the plate, at third base, is Hartenstein. And Francis Predator at the plate. The reason I hesitated, I didn't know where the ball was. I can barely see it. Predator is up. Mitchell leads 7-6. Runner at third. Nobody out. Here's Horwitz, fouled away. Count runs to 1-2. Seven, 6 Mariners. Looking for more. Hartenstein at third. And there's nobody out. And fouled away once more, so the count remains 1-2. And now Mike Dow warms up in the bullpen for the Mammoths. Horwitz stares in. Predator. Check swing. Stab by Horwitz. Holds the runner at third. Over to first. 1 out. That's the first time Predator has been retired today. 2 walks, a single. 3 walks and a single. Now a ground ball. Tyler Pena. Now batting. Strike 1 called. Hartenstein at third base. And a line drive to center field. This gets down. Falls in front of Thanopoulos, so Hartenstein scores easily. And a clean single by Tyler Pena. And the Mariners now lead at 8-6.
Now batting, number 13, Brody Adams.
Brody Adams now came in for Garrett Griffin, the shortstop. Strike 1. It's the 0-1. It's the 0-2. Nicely done by Horwitz there. Strike 2. 1 out in the inning. Big hit by Tyler Pena. 1-2 now. That ball is away from Adams. Runner is going. Throw down to second base. Not in time. And it gets through past Steinhorn out to center, but Thanopoulos is backing it up. Count goes to 2-2. Runner at second now, in the form of Tyler Pena. Brody Adams at the plate. Mariners looking for more. They lead at 8-6. 3 runs in the inning. High and outside by Horwitz. 3-2. And fouled away to the right. Count will stay at 3-2. In the top of the 8th, 3 runs in for the Mariners. They lead at 8-6. It's the pitch. Ball 4. So Adams walks. It's going to bring up Marcus Melendez. And the infield comes in to talk with Zach Horwitz. Had the ball taken from him. So we're going to have a pitching change. Mike Dow's into the game. We'll be right back. This is Amherst College Baseball. 8-6 Mariners, though, on NSN Sports. We'll be right back. Okay, Mike Dow is in. 6.23 ERA. 0-1 is his record. And it's going to be Marcus Melendez at the plate. 8-6 Mariners. Mitchell's gone ahead by 2, scoring 3 in this inning. This ball gets away, so Pina's going to take third. And Adams is going to take second. It's a 1-0 count. Up and away, so 2-0. Runners at second and third. Pina at third. Adams is at second. Three and 0. Jack Finnegan will follow Melendez. The 3-0 count. There's 2 runners on. Mitchell leads at 8-6. And a 4-pitch walk to Marcus Melendez to load the bases.
Now batting, number 20, Jack Finnegan.
It's going to bring up Jack Finnegan, struck out, hit by a pitch, singled, and a ground ball to third base. So Mitchell with an opportunity here with 1 out and the bases loaded to break things open. Jack Finnegan at the plate. Strike called for Mike Dow. It's his first strike he's thrown. A 4-pitch walk to Marcus Melendez, the catcher. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Another close pitch. Very high, 2-1. And look out, will we have another pitching change coming up now? Looks like it. Oh, short leash here by Mike Dow. And coming in is number 31, Wilson Taylor. So Wilson Taylor's going to relieve Mike Dow as things aren't going very well here for the home squad. Mariners lead at 8-6. Bases are loaded. There's only 1 out. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Jack Finnegan is at the plate, and it's going to be Wilson Taylor who's pitching. The bases are loaded. That ball's inside, 1-0. That makes it 2-2 the count. And Mike Dow didn't even get out of the inning. Left with a 2-1 count. And a base hit off Steinhorn's glove. It's going to score a couple. As the Mariners pour it on here. That's 5 runs now in this inning, and they're not done yet. Tough play for Max at second base. Caught him in between. Stephen Pagan will come up now. So clean single, 2 runs batted in for Jack Finnegan. Makes it 10-6 for the Mariners. And number 21, Stephen Pagan, is the next man up. First pitch is a ball to Pagan, 1-0. Only 1 out still. Runners at first and second. 5 runs in for Mitchell. Ground ball to Nick Nardone. Has it there. Second over to first. Double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Amherst College, but they are down by 4 heading into the bottom of the 8th. We'll be right back. This is Hugh Campbell with you on NSN Sports. 10-6 Mitchell College. Okay, Joe Feldman's at the plate for Amherst. He came in place of Ariel Kenny in the last inning. And a new pitcher in the game for Mitchell is number 11, Brian Ricker, sophomore from Rocky Point, Connecticut. And an ERA, let's take a look, 3.29. Strike is called. Tall, lanky fellow, 6'3", 200, is Ricker. Joe Feldman, junior from Bethesda, Maryland. lines this one to left, but it's caught right there by the left fielder. Well hit, but right at him. And Steven Gonzalez makes a nice catch. Severino Tochi is up. Bunt single, and a strikeout. So one away here in the bottom of the 8th. And 2 away in the bottom of the 8th as Tochi lines out to the third baseman, Pagan, who makes a very nice catch at the knees. So 2 quick outs. And that brings up Ryan Harden. Strike 1 called on Harden. And a ground ball. This gets by the third baseman Pagan down the line. So Harden's going to reach. Thrown in by Gonzalez. And that's going to bring up Max Steinhorn. So Amherst down by 4. Here in the bottom of the 8th. This pitch is a ball to Max Steinhorn. Ground ball to short, over to first, and reach off the bag, but stays on the bag. So outside of the single, Mitchell gets out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit for Amherst College. 10-6 Mitchell hitting to the top of the 9th. Let's keep it here, Patrick. Again, I'll remind folks about the Middlebury series coming up starting on Friday. Again, rain is in the forecast. We just don't know when. Tomorrow is supposed to get some rain. And the field has been pretty good, actually, given the amount of rain we've had. Yesterday we had over an inch here in the Pioneer Valley, so it's held up pretty well. And Middlebury comes in for 3. It's the first NESCAC action Amherst will see because of the doubleheader washout against Bowdoin last Sunday. So other teams in the NESCAC have played some games in conference. And Wesleyan leads at 2-0, Williams 3-0. Hamilton's 0-2, Middlebury's 0-3. Williams swept Middlebury in the last weekend series. In the East Division, Bates is 3-0 in conference. Tufts is 2-1, Trinity's 1-2. Bowdoin is yet to play. Colby's 0-3. Overall, Tufts is 12-2, Wesleyan's 11-3. Williams is 8-2. And then Bates and Amherst 7-5, 5-5. So looks like Tufts once again making a statement in the conference. Top of the 9th coming up. And very quick work there in the bottom of the 8th for Mitchell. And I've got Steven Gonzalez, Tristan Hurley, and Kyle Hartenstein coming up, and that is correct. We'll start off with Steven Gonzalez. Wilson Taylor stays in the game from San Antonio, Texas. Sophomore. Count runs to 1-1 on Steven Gonzalez, who's had a pretty good day. 3 singles and a bunt single. Perfect. 4-4-4. Oh, Harry Robeson can't handle the catch. I'm telling you, I think the light's a problem. I really do. That's a routine catch for Harry Robeson. And it is dark out here. because he looked one way and the ball went into the glove, and I'm not sure he saw it. The judgment error they do, and that's probably the right call, but I'm telling you, the light's pretty poor here. (10-6) Mitchell. Top of the ninth. Strike is called. Makes it 0-2. Wilson Taylor is the pitcher. Amherst, at least, without any further damage in this top of the ninth, will need 4 runs to tie the game, but I'm not sure they're going to have enough daylight to do it. One and 2 the count on Kyle Hartenstein. Tristan Hurley, excuse me, the center fielder. Throw over to first just to keep Gonzalez honest. That ball is low, runs 2-2 now on the count. Now it goes to 3-2. Been a long day in the field for the Amherst defense. Throw to first, nothing doing there for the runner. 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for Mitchell. 6 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for Amherst. And this is ball 4. So the Mariners have 2 on with nobody out. Kyle Hartenstein comes up. Two singles, flies out to center, ground ball to first, and a strikeout. Bunt was on, but missed the ball entirely for Hartenstein. Should be 0-1. Pickoff play at second, gets away from Max Steinhorn, and the runner will go to third. So now runners at second and third as the runner from first advanced to second on the throw. And Severino Tochi out to have a chat with his pitcher, Wilson Taylor. So Mitchell threatening for more runs here in the top of the ninth, already up by 4, thanks to a 5-run 8th inning. First pitch is a ball from Taylor to Hartenstein. Ball 2. That's 2-1. That's the count because of the first strike bunt attempt. So 2-1. Strike 2 called. 2-2. Wilson Taylor could use another one of those. 2 on, nobody out for Mitchell. Trying to win their 8th in a row. That one's low, so it runs the count to 3-2. So Taylor's in danger here of loading the bases with nobody out, down by 4 runs. Here's the 3-2. Up and in, ball 4. So Hartenstein walks. It's going to bring up Francis.
Now batting, number 35,
Francis Predator. And another trip to the mound. And look out, we've got another pitcher coming in. This time it's going to be David Brinkley, the sophomore from Seattle, Washington, who's going to come in and relieve Wilson Taylor, as head coach Brian Ham continues to try and find something to go right here in these later innings. We'll be right back. 10-6 Mariners, bases loaded, nobody out. Mitchell threatening to score more. Out. New pitcher for Amherst is David Brinkley, and he's going to face Francis Predator, who's walked 3 times, singled, and grounded out to first. And looks like he pops this one up. I can't see the ball. Can you? First baseman Chase Henley has it, makes the catch. So 1 away, a big out for David Brinkley. Tyler Pena singled his last time up with a run batted in. Will face David Brinkley. There's 1 away, base is still loaded. Strike 1 called. Base hit here by Pena will likely score 2. And put the Mariners up by 6. They're up by 4 right now. Here's the pitch. One's in the dirt by Brinkley. Saved by Tochi. Nicely done. Tyler Pena from Plainville, Connecticut. Count is 2-1 on Pena. I mean, it is hard to see. There's a nub at a short. Nice play by Harry Robeson. He'll get the man at third, but that's all. Nick Nardone with no chance to get the runner at second and or first. So retired at third base is Tristan Hurley.
Now batting, number 13, Brody Adams.
Brody Adams now with 2 out. And Mitchell has failed to score here with the bases loaded and nobody out. And that was well done by Robeson. Again, darkness falling here quickly at Memorial Field. And here's a drive to right field. Spina, if he can see the ball, might catch it. He does. So Amherst gets out of the inning, leaving the bases loaded with nobody out. No runs across for Mitchell. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Amherst needs 4 to keep this one going. We'll be right back. Okay, bottom of the ninth. Amherst needs 5. It's 11-6 Mariners. Harry Robeson is the man at bat. And the pitcher, still number 11, Brian Ricker. First pitch is a strike. Strike 2. Mariners up by 5, 11-6. 1 run across in that top of the ninth. Ball outside, make it 1-2. There's a shot to right field. It's going to be caught out there by the right fielder. There's Jake Finnegan. So 1 away for Amherst College. And the Mammoths down to 2 outs. Yanni Thanopoulos. And I'm telling you, it's hard to see. Here's a ground. Oh, is it caught? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. So Finnegan again with the catch. Had to reach to the knee. I wasn't sure if it hit the ground or not. So 2 quick outs for Brian Ricker here. And Amherst is down to their last at bat.
Number 16, Anthony Spina.
Anthony Spina is the man at the plate. 11-6 Mitchell. Amherst went ahead 6-5 on a 3-run homer. In large part by Harry Robeson to get back into erase a 3-run deficit. And here's a number to the third baseman. Spina trying to beat it out. Will. So Spina reaches. And it's going to be Nick Nardone.
Now batting, number 6, Nick Nardone.
Strike called on Nick Nardone. 0-1. It's low, 1-1. Spinner at first. Nardone at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Amherst needs 5 runs. That's outside, make it 2-1. Middlebury College comes in for 3 beginning on Friday. Time called for by Nardone, not granted. Well, maybe it was, and Rickett just went through with his pitching motion anyway. Here's Nardone. Is it fair or foul? It is foul. 2-2 the count. Here comes the 2-2 from Brian Ricker. Nardone. And it's caught by the shortstop Adams. And that's it. That's the ball game. Amherst 6